Hi everyone, welcome to Baby Witch Tarot. I am just here to explain the new dynamic that I've been having for like the last couple of months, just so that I can make sure that you're getting the best out of this content, right? So, cycles, what are cycles? A series of readings in which you as the watcher and as the client, the person I'm reading for, get to set your own intention of what you're working for and what you're working with, right? Remember, this is shadow work, right? If you're following this page, we do shadow work. So you set your intention as far as what your personal development is or what you're working on. Now, what is shadow work? Shadows, it's a term of psychoanalysis from Carl Jung. And also Freud used it as well, but it was more popular with Carl Jung. So he believed that there is a part of our subconscious, there is our front mind, and in between there's the ego, the super ego, the persona, right? The persona being that we present ourselves with. I come up to you and I'm like, this is the person that I constructed myself to be in order for me to fit into society. And the super ego is that part of myself that tells me, hey, in order for you to fit into this, there's certain morals that you must follow. If not, you won't fit into society and your persona and the person you've created, which is our ascendant, right? Our ascendant sign, our rising, right? That's what the rising is. Like, I'm a rising Libra. I'm a sun Virgo. I am a moon Cancer, right? So that part of ourselves that we present as a persona, and then we have the super ego that follows the moral structure, not the values, because the difference between values and morals are that morals are acquired by society, and in my opinion, mostly religious, right? And values are those things that we personally value ourselves. They have more to do with authenticity. So when we talk about the super ego, we're talking about morals, the ones that allow our persona, the ones that shape our persona to fit into society. And then we have our ego, which is the underbelly fat, is what I read in a book, of the persona that tells us that we can be more capable of doing something, or that we can fit into those qualities that we can that we can feed, like as in give food to, metaphorically, onto those qualities that the persona needs in order to fit. For example, I need to be more thin. I need to be lighter. I need to dye my hair purple, or whatever it is, right? Like stoicism comes in, if you know what stoicism is saying, and then you do the opposite, but that's a whole nother philosophy. So now we go to the shadows. Now, the conscious mind is the one that executes all of these decisions. The subconscious mind is a lot more abstract, and it's ruled, again, in the system of beliefs of Carl Jung, with archetypes. Now, these archetypes send instructions to our frontal brain of what we do, and then we circle it through what I'm getting a signal of what I should do and should be because of my authenticity from my own subconscious, but then my ego, my super ego, and my persona still have to make a lot of decisions through it. So we push a lot of authenticity, we push a lot of trauma, we push a lot of emotions to the back of our brain. The back. Let's call it the back, right? And when we do this, those become shadows. The moon is the archetype for the subconscious. It's not only the archetype for emotions and connection as we believe Cancer is, right? It's also the subconscious. So as the moon has a dark side behind it, right? Because the only place that shines and that is lit with light is the one that is hit with the light of the sun, which, funny enough, and not by coincidence, is the light that comes from the sun, which represents the ego. Is it starting to connect the dots now? So I believe, and a lot of other people, as you know, Carl Jung and plenty of other people, I don't know how many to mention right now, but that by exploring the subconscious is where we find our authenticity, our trauma, our triggers, those things that we don't want to look at. But a lot of the times all of the times, they hide the answers of who we are. And I do believe that we are a healing collective. I do believe that collectively the world is going through an awakening. And I feel that it's important for me to do what I believe is my job, and to do as much as research and healing on myself, and be able to come and bring this information to you. Now, back to the cycles. The cycles are based so that if there is any repressed emotion, feeling, triggered, trauma that we want to become a little more aware of, the cycles are here to help you get and pinpoint them. For example, why in the fuck does that lady at work trigger me so much? She pisses me the fuck off, right? And then next thing you know, you said that as your intention, and slowly but surely, in either an eloquent or non-eloquent form, the answers of the tarot will start giving you hints of how to go deep into it. Now, this kind of work and this page is not necessarily for people that are like beginners per se. This is for people that has already been doing their work for a minute. Now, it doesn't mean that my readings are no good to you. You can still come and just watch the readings and get something out of them. I am making a more construct environment for those who've already followed along in the lines and have gotten to know themselves, right? And with that being said, you can also do something like, well, what qualities am I hiding because of my persona? Right? Maybe you're like a straight guy that loves fucking doing makeup, but you always thought you would look less gay or less masculine or less of a man if you did makeup. And like, that's not true. So you're hiding that, right? Like, that's a quality that is hiding because of your persona, because the persona you try to put out to the world. Or you can say like, you know, why do I think so little of myself sometimes? And then I think I'm the baddest bitch around. Like, where is that inconsistency comes from? You know, those are some of the prompts that are part of shadow work, right? Other than that, I hope that answered everybody's questions. And if you have any more, please let me know. And I love y'all. Bye.
You just got read.